here with Kings Fork head football coach Anthony Joffrion. His team wins a double overtime thriller, 24-21 over Nansemond River. Coach, you were on the other side of an overtime classic last year, regular season finale. This one comes in September, and the fans, all of them in this packed to capacity crowd here in Suffolk, got their money's worth tonight, and you all rallied in the fourth quarter. How'd you do it and respond?
I was just proud of the way our kids responded. You know, it was 4 minutes to go. We're down 14-7. Defense made a huge stop. And our offense, which didn't score, I want to say we didn't score since like the second quarter or the first quarter. And they come up with a drive. Our coaches did a great job, and we ended up scoring. It was just a team effort. Special teams, a freshman kicker making all his kicks. Defense making stops when we need it. And, our young quarterback making plays when we needed it.
And speak to that, Jean-Pierre Bellet. I know you used a timeout. They used a timeout after your score that made it 14-13 regulation. Would you go for two? I'm sure you thought about it. You get to overtime. Do you leave the offense on the field there and go for a touchdown? But he came through with a couple of clutch kicks for you.
Yeah, but you know what's even crazier? So he actually plays soccer. Like he travels like across the country to play soccer. And yesterday we moved the game up, and Bellet was like, I can't be there Thursday, coach. I'm like, what do you mean? I need you for this game, right? But at the time I'm thinking like, we'll be fine. We don't, we'll have Javon kick or something like that. And then I talked to his dad. His dad said he's not missing this one. So it was huge that dad let him play. And shout out to his soccer coach who allowed him to come to the game tonight.
Yeah, maybe some extra snacks or desserts for the dad and the soccer coach. Whatever they want.
Whatever you want.
Speaking of a guy that kicks the ball for you and runs it really well too, Javon Ford, 29 rushes tonight for 148 yards. He had 90, I think 8 of those in the second half. He really ran with some authority in the second half, bringing some tacklers with him on some of those rushes.
Yeah, so what really motivated Javon was last year in overtime against Nansemond. I decided to give the ball to Kalitri Boyd, who's a great player. He's at Elizabeth City State. And, I told him I was giving it to Kalitri because he's a senior. I've known him since 7th grade. And Javon didn't waver. He accepted. He said, I understand your decision, coach. But then tonight he said, hey, I'm the guy you trust now, so I'm going to get it done. It meant a lot to me that he remembered, our statement from last year. And tonight, he carried us on his back. He did a really amazing job.
For sure. We'll get to your defense in a second. Another youngster that stepped up for you, sophomore DeAndre Artis-Boone. The stats might not be the glossiest, but he made some key runs for you, some key completions, and he held his composure against the defense with number 3 coming off the edge, and Manny Azagu, who really was bringing the heat all night long.
Yeah, DeAndre Artis-Boone, he's just a polished kid, man. Nothing really phases him. Through an interception, he's laughing when he comes off the field because he knows that he made the right read but didn't throw the right ball. So he's just a kid, he's used to adversity, and that's who you really want at quarterback. Somebody, they're not up and down, they're going to stay mellow.
It felt like you got better as you got the youngster now here to join you with the interview. It felt like your offense, come more coach, it got better as you went more up tempo in the second half. Was that sort of by design? The kids know what was at stake. It's game on the line, urgency. Yeah. What do you kind of chalk that up to as far as the execution being better when you go into hurry up to a degree?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing was Nansemond River was doing a great job of subbing personnel based on what we were running, formations and things like that. So we know if we went up tempo, they weren't able to get the subs as fast. So I think it was huge for us.
You don't win this game out your defense to go with the special teams and the offense. And certainly Kayvon Blenning had a big takeaway late in the game. Nasman Gates had a big fumble recovery. And then what can you say about Joshua Pittman? You told me earlier this week on the podcast, number 11. He was making hits all night long against the run and also just stopping plays.
Yeah, Joshua Pittman, he started linebackers for his last season. And we sat down before the season. I was like, Josh, how do you feel about playing defensive end? And he asked me, does it help the team win? I said, yes. And he was more than willing to do it. And now that he's having success at it, he wants to wear 11 like Michael Parsons and things like that. But he's a really great player. He's definitely going to be a Division I kid. College coaches are all over him. He's just a great kid, man.
Last year, it was the versatility you all had, especially in adversity, where you can use Ford at running back, flex him out. Pittman can play end linebacker. Did that kind of help you as this went to crunch time, as they had some dual threat guys like Overton and Azagu as well?
Yeah, so they had a lot of guys playing both ways. We did as well, but we had guys sub in. William Anderson, Bubba. He played a big role for us at corner. He played big for us at the end. He was guard number 8. That kid number 8 for them is really special. As a sophomore.
Douglas,
yes, he's a really good football player. But I just think our kids just did a great job, not, pointing the finger. That's what I was really proud to see.
I would ask you about your matchup with Indian River next, but I want to know instead who this little angel is you're holding with you.
So this is my daughter, Jay. Her nails are dirty. Who knows what she was just doing.
But she's happy that he got the win.
Yeah, I don't know how you're still up. It's 10 o'clock.
Go get some sleep and rest. Thank you so much. Enjoy the win.